So yeah,
I'm having a hard time seeing. Pretty good at putting I'm in a boat for
figured out what was going on. She's like, I'm not going through all this trouble.
It's either for Polis. I'm from Boulder.
Well, you got along with like 16. So you're not going to have any idea what I'm talking about at the start of the first season.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen at the end. Probably it's not going to end up good. It's probably going to have a bad, unhappy ending. They all get fucking arrested. Unless they cut a deal somehow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They get you. They leave you.
I didn't.
I heard about it. You can't understand it?
Well, no, it's not that. I'll give you my info. You can sign in the HBO. You have to watch it.
I mean, this right. But yeah, I know. Have you kept up with it?
Yeah.
And House of Cards. And I have House of Cards too, you know.
Yeah, but no,
Welcome everybody to the 2018 Students Decide Forum for Governor, and then following this, we will have the question. We will have an intermission, a brief intermission. We will have the Secretary of State, Democratic candidate Jenna Griswold, come up and greet you all, and then we will move to our AG forum. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here, and thank you guys for coming. So just wanted to make sure that everybody understands some of the rules. Is so we will be prohibiting clapping. We allow jazz hands or sign holding for the candidates that you support, or snaps. Just want to make sure that clapping is kept down to a very minimal. We won't have any like outbursts or shouting from the crowd. We will have a questioning period in the middle for the gubernatorial candidates for you to ask them questions. We will only allow a couple of those. We also want to apologize because at first we said no surrogates whatsoever, and then we allowed 2 people to have surrogates. So Greg Lopez has a surrogate and Mike Johnson has a surrogate. And we want to thank them for actually sending somebody to represent instead of just saying no call, no show. So we just want to make sure that we are accountable, and we said we apologize for that as well. So let's introduce the candidates that are going to be here, and then they'll do a 1-minute introduction. Lieutenant Governor Donna Lynn. Give her a round of applause. Scott Helker. Former State Treasurer Kerry Kennedy. Incumbent Congressman Jared Polis. Unity Party Chairman Bill Gammons. Former Senate President John Moore standing in for Mike Johnson for governor. NJ Oliva standing in for Greg Lopez for governor. And there's not enough chairs, we can get one more for you. Let me get you guys another chair. Give them another round of applause, y'all. Candidates, you can't be seated once I pull out this next chair for you. Ta-da, it's magic. There we go, there's another chair. You may be seated, candidates. Thank you.
I do. Not very mixed. Mostly I have on like
Might be an extra chair. Cool. So we want to thank you guys for coming real quick, and we just had a brief change, and so Mike Johnston wanted me to explain that he's not here today because he apologizes for his last minute cancellation. He's going to take on the NRA Western Convention on the Western Slope, and so he sent Senate President John Morris as a surrogate, and then he has a young lady who's going to read a brief statement from him, just saying, hey, this is where he's at, just so that it's legitimate, so it's not fake news.
I'm a sophomore at DSST Biders. My mom was a first responder at Columbine High School. That day has never left her, even 19 years later. I am here on behalf of Mike Johnston, because I don't want to see another student, another parent, another community have to go through what we went through at Columbine. And this is a brief little message for Mike. It says, friends, as of this week, more students have been killed in American schools than American soldiers have been killed in combat. Our schools are now more dangerous than our battlefields. I thought about what answers I would have for the families for the Santa Fe High School if it were here in Colorado and I were governor. What words I would find to explain another funeral of a 14-year-old. We could only offer the same tired excuses of political gridlock in exchange for why they would never see their daughter graduate high school, or get married, or write her novel. And that excuse isn't good enough. Tonight, at the same time as this forum, on the other side of the divide, the NRA is having their quarterly meeting in Silverthorne, and I am going. I am going to talk to the NRA members who have fought our progress and convinced them to be an active part in solving these problems. We all have kids who go to high school, go to the movies, and go to church, which means we are all at risk and we all have a stake in the solution. I believe Coloradans of all backgrounds, including NRA members, should be outraged by this and should take action to stop it. In key moments in history, both after the gang battles, prohibition, and after the assassination of Dr. King and Bobby Kennedy, the NRA stood up to join the meeting. They're NRA members of good conscience who want this to stop, and it is time for them to join us again. This room is full of the most courageous and creative young activists for peace, and your commitment to action is inspiring. I will follow your lead by refusing to be a governor who presides over one more student funeral because adults couldn't sit down in the same room and solve this problem. If they wouldn't come to us, then I will go to them. While I am disappointed to not be with you, your courage moves me to support your leadership by refusing to accept inaction as a solution. Thank you, Mike Johnson. Thank you.
And in that, we, the board of directors, are asking everybody in the auditorium to please stand real quick for a brief moment of silence for those who were killed in Santa Fe, and the board resolution from Never Again, that is titled 18-007, Never Again Colorado, stands in solidarity with Santa Fe High School. Whereas on the morning of the 18th of May, 2018, a mass shooting occurred at Santa Fe High School in Santa Fe, Texas, and multiple teachers and students lost the opportunity to ever laugh, live, or love again. And whereas the victims of Santa Fe High School were the most recent victims among the 22 school shootings in 2018, and with Santa Fe being the most recent school shooting, and whereas on March 14th, school communities across the country, including tens of thousands of students in Colorado, walked out of classrooms to send one message: enough. We have seen enough of senseless gun violence, and we have lived in fear for too long. We have buried too many heroes, and we demand better. And whereas we are deeply saddened to see politicians tweet platitudes of thoughts and prayers and cower from actually implementing policies that would prevent mass shootings in America, and now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Board of Directors of Never Again Colorado, urge every single lawmaker to take immediate action so that another tragedy is prevented, and we stand in solidarity with survivors, families, victims of survivors, or families of survivors and victims of gun violence in communities of color and in school shootings and mass shootings. Please bow your head for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated.